Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of Tabletop Gaming. How's everybody doing? I am back from the hiatus. I've been working on some game design while I was away, and that had to take high priority, and something had to give. So, unfortunately, the tabletop show had to be the one to go on hiatus, but it wasn't that bad because it didn't take too long, thank goodness. And the game design is almost almost ready for its next steps. If you really want to, if you want to know what's been going on, well, you could check out the VODs over on Twitch and Kick. I was live multi streaming the whole situation. If you want to check out what's going on, got a big event coming up on May 11th for this game design. But in the meantime, y'all are here for one thing only: Magic the Gathering. And I'm very happy to say that I got my hands on this little puppy here, Outlaws of Thunder Junction bundle. This little bundle here, which comes with nine 14 card play booster packs, traditional foil lands, as well as 15 basic lands, an oversized spin counter, a box, key to the vault. Basically, this thing's spoiled. This whole entire thing's spoiled. But I understand you gotta legally say what the contents are. But the question is, what's in those nine packs? Well, here's the thing: a lot has happened during the hiatus, and Thunder Junction really changed the dynamic of a couple of my decks, very exponentially. And one of those happens to be what was once a deck called Sisei Weatherlight Captain. Oh my gosh, this glare. Hold on. There we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that glare. That was unexpected. But yeah, the Outlaws of Thunder Junction introduced some more desert cards, which this is not. But this is gonna come to the point of what I'm talking about, of what I'm looking for. Um, but what happened was that Sisei Weatherlight Captain um, I had put in the spirit dragons. I had all but a couple. But in terms of the star dragons, I don't have Kokusho. But I did get all the sky dragons from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and I just need Kokusho to complete the star dragons, and I would have the 10 principal spirit dragons of the Kamigawa set. The thing is that Sisei, Weatherlight Captain deck is a modification deck, and the modification deck is cards like Chishiro, the Shattered Blade, where it says whenever an or equipped creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. And at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each modified creature you control. Modifications is equipment or as you control and counters, +1/+1 counters or any type of counter. It's not just +1/+1 counter. It's any counter. Any counter will count to towards that. And so what happened was that I included as part of my modification deck uh, equipped creatures, and these are little guys from the old days. See, equipped creatures like Leech Gauntlet, equipment creatures, as you can see here. And I included also the Licits from the Weatherlight Saga, because they become enchantment auras when they attach, and so aura you control is a modification. So I built the deck around those two. The problem is that they're not very good fighters in a sense. They're really more tactical and technical. Hence why I went with Spirit Dragons. So I could do some hard hitting. But Sisei issue is that I didn't have enough legendary creatures to help boost her up. And even though I had equipment creatures that can give her +1/+1, they weren't enough in the numbers. And the deck basically by the time I started getting the dragons out when I played the game, the game state was so far. set from my opponents that I was no longer able to catch up and beat them. I tried doing vehicles before, because there was a funny little thing that equipment creatures do with vehicles. But the problem is that vehicles kill my licits unless I had the money, unless I had the mana to save them from getting destroyed, because they're equipment auras, and they will die unless I pay to return them into licit form, and that's a special action. That requires a special action, and that requires mana to do it. So the timing is just so off with the licits. So equipment artifact vehicles would definitely kill off the licits. So that's why I didn't go too far in with the vehicles. But then comes Thunder Junction. Thunder Junction introduced me to these new type of vehicles, or in this case, the mounts. Mounts like Stubborn Burrow Fiend and Bridal Bighorn. And Bridal Bighorn. And what they do, and the thing is that they have an effect that is precisely the same as Crew. It's just called Saddle, and there's a distinct reason why they had to have two different names from it, because with artifact vehicles, they return to being normal artifacts. They become artifact creatures until the end of the turn, and then they return to being artifacts. But with mounts, they're creatures for good. They stay creatures whether they're saddled or not. And you could attack with these guys anytime you want, or if you saddle them, as it shows here, Saddle 2, which is exactly the same as Crew, with total power 2 or more, then you get an extra effect, which says here for the Bridal Bighorn, whenever the Bighorn attacks while saddled, you create a 1/1 sheep creature token. This was so clever. This was so fun, and I almost won a pot with this deck in its current state. It was basically down to top decking, and unfortunately, Maelstrom Nexus couldn't get me the top deck I needed, and I ended up losing, unfortunately. So happy as I was, that my modification deck finally has a creature that really works with it. Sisei ended up going bye-bye and got replaced with Kenrith, because Kenrith can give modification to my creatures in the form of +1/+1 counters. I could give them trampled haste. Target player will gain. I could gain 5 life. I could draw a card, and I could return creatures from the graveyard to the battlefield, which is good because if I lose my Lycids by accident because I couldn't afford to save them, I can always retrieve them. But the most important thing is that +1/+1 counter on target creature. That means I could modify. I could modify my mounts or my creatures, and my modification creatures like Chihiro can take benefits from it. Or if I want, I could get the walking skyscraper out on the cheap. So it's a pretty good deck. It's a pretty good deck, and it gets a lot of giggles because of what the rule interaction can do here. And I'll use the Bridal Bighorn. I'll use the Badger as a good example here. The Badger? Nah. I'll use the Bridal Bighorn as the perfect example here. So basically what I was trying to do with the vehicles, and it was something that I learned on the internet on YouTube, and it's a pretty fun thing what this can do. And here's what it could do. So let's say I have Rabbit Battery. It's an equipment creature. It's an artifact creature, equipment rabbit. It has haste. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. Reconfigure 1. So what happens is this. I tap the red mana. Alright, I tap for red mana, and I equip. So the first thing I would do, let me get someone cheaper here. Perfect. Because this won't work unless I do this. Okay. Gillet Courser. Gillet Courser, whenever the Courser attacks while saddled, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Saddle 1. So I need a creature of power 1 or greater to saddle the mount and get that effect. So here's the Rabbit Battery. Rabbit Battery is a 1/1 creature. It's got 1 power, so it fits. It's got 1/1. So what happens is this: you tap the rabbit battery. Now it saddles the Gila Courser. So now you have this little rabbit sitting on the saddle, this robotic rabbit on the saddle, and then here's what you could do with reconfigure. Because it doesn't have the tap symbol, I tap for red, pay the red, and activate the reconfigure effect, and I get to attach the saddle, the rabbit battery that is saddling the Courser and convert it into equipment on the Courser. So it's saddled and then reconfigured in one whole sequence. That's the joke. That's the joke of this deck. And then I attack with the Gila Courser, who is now a 5/3 creature with haste thanks to rabbit battery, and if I succeed. And since I attacked, I get to exile a card, and I get to play that card until the end of my next turn at any time. So that's the joke. And that was supposed to be for the vehicles. But the vehicles, with equipment creatures, no problem, because when the vehicles return to being artifacts, they drop off. But if I were to use the Licids and turn them into enchantment auras, I have to pay as a special action. For example, Quickening Licit, I gotta pay that 1 white mana as a special action before before the vehicle turns back to an artifact. Because if it turns back to an artifact, the Licit's gonna die, unless of course I pay that 1 mana. So if I don't have that 1 white mana, Quickening Licit dies. It dies because it's an enchantment aura. This is why Kenrith is so good, because if that ever does happen, Kenrith can recover my creatures and put it back onto the battlefield. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But with vehicles, it would have been very difficult to maintain and manage. It would have been a total nightmare. But at least with creatures, in this case here mounts, the Licids can stay attached until I'm ready to detach them at any time I want, and the Courser and the other mounts would remain enchanted. So that's basically the way this deck works. It's a funny deck. It's a fun deck. It's definitely not jank, contrary to the way the Licids are. If you as long as you understand how that the Licids are enchantment auras and that their costs are special actions, and you understand when to do the special actions, the Licids will definitely help you out. So, in terms of creature mounts, there are 17 creature mounts to start in Magic the Gathering. These are the first 17 that are introduced in Magic. Let's see. Here we go. Over here in Scryfall, you got the Archmage's Newt, the Bounding Felidar, the Bridal Bighorn, Calamity, Galloping Inferno, Caustic Bronco, Congregation Griff, Drover Grizzly, Fortune Loyal Steed, Giant Beaver, Gila Courser, Ornery Tumblewag, Quilled Charger, Rambling Possum, Seraphic Steed, Stubborn Burrow Fiend, the Gitrog Ravenous Ride. That is the legendary mount. This is the Shotokai. I guess it's safe to say that this is the Shotokai of mounts right now, because it's the only legendary mount creature. And Trained Errands. And I don't have all of them. I know I have the Archmage's Newt. It's not in this deck. In fact, I don't know where. Do I have the Archmage's Newt? I think I have it. Now I can't remember. I probably do, but it's buried in the things, or maybe not. No, I don't have that. No, I definitely don't have that. Anyway, the point is, I don't. This is what I got. This is what I got. I got the Gila Courser. Sorry. I have the Gila Courser. I have the Bridal Bighorn, the Stubborn Burrow Fiend, the Quilled Charger, way too many of them, Drover Grizzly, Rambling Possum, Trained Errands, Giant Beaver, Calamity, Galloping Inferno, another legendary creature, Ornery Tumblewag, Bounding Felidar, I also got who was that? There was one other that I got, but I don't have it in the deck. Um, Let me see here. Was it over here? Where did I put it away? I put the card away. I'm sorry. I put that. I have a whole bunch of quill chargers. I think that's all of them. Well, at least what I put in the deck. Jeez, I really did leave them behind. Sorry about that. I must have put them away. Yeah, I put them away. That wasn't supposed to happen. It's all right. The point is that they're copies, but I have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in my deck right now, and I want to increase the number of mounts. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. That's the point I'm trying to make, and the cards that I'm looking for. I wouldn't mind having the Caustic Bronco. It's pretty good. I definitely want the Gitrog. Um, the let's see here. Do I want the Griffin? No, it was the Seraphic Steed because it'll let me create 3/3 white angel creatures. The Hippogriff. I don't know if I want the Hippogriff. It's got flying lifelink. It's 1/4 creature. Whenever it's saddled, it gets +1, +X, where X is the number of mounts you control. I don't know how many mounts I'll get out at a time, so I don't think it's a very good one. Fortune Loyal Steed. I don't have many creatures that have enter the battlefield effects because this is one heck of a mount. Because when it enters the battlefield, scries 2, which is pretty good. Especially with Kenrith, because I could draw a card with him. Where's Kenrith? Here we go. Because Kenrith can draw a card. So I'm still in the up in the air on that one because it's a good combination. You know what I'm saying? When Fortune returns from exile, I get to scry 2, and then with Kenrith I can draw the card. You know what I'm saying? Like I could shuffle up the scry. You know what I'm saying? Like I reorganize the scry, and Kenrith can draw out the card for me if I that I need. But I don't have many enters the battlefield creatures, especially among the modification ones. Let's see here. Let's see who has entered the battlefield. See, yeah, like Chihiro. Whenever an or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. Unless I could get Chihiro out with Fortune, the combination it'll be more. It'll take a long time before that could happen. But yeah, this would actually work with Chishiro and Fortune. You know, I equip Fortune, eggs. You know, what I'm saying I saddle it, equip it with the equipment creature, do the attack. They both get exile when Fortune returns. You know, what I'm saying I get the scry, I get Chishiro and a couple of spirit creatures, and I get a 2/2 red spirit creature token. It's not bad. Hmm. But that's pretty much the only one that could benefit from it. Legitimately, I would have to find a card, probably an enchantment, a regular enchantment, in order to a regular enchantment with an enter the battlefield effect that'll allow me to exploit Fortune. And there's plenty, believe it or not, there's plenty of enchantments that could do that. Let's see here. Who do I have here? Mm, let's see. No, I don't have any enchantments. What about? And I don't have any. Yeah, so if I want to really exploit Fortune, I got to get some enter the battlefield cards in going. So I'll have to look into that if I want to legitimately use that. I definitely want to get my hands on the Gitrog. The Gitrog, whenever the Gitrog Ravenous Ride deals common damage to a player, you may sacrifice a creature that's saddled at this turn. If you do draw X cards, then put up to X land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tap, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. And again, I have Kenrith, so I can return the creature back to the battlefield. Kenrith really, really helps this deck a lot. Most definitely Seraphic Steel from Steed for the obvious reason. Create a 3/3 white angel creature token. I could just equip the living crap out of it. um, so yeah, there's still a few more cards that I would like to get, and that's why. And also one other thing, just to note. I have the desert cards, and when I bought the pre-release, I ended up getting 7 of these. I was able to find 2 more out in the wild, but I still need 1 more. And I think it's the blossoming. What was it called? Ooh, excuse me. I think it was called the blossoming something. Let me see here. Blossoming Sands. I still need the Blossoming Sands. No, I already have the. Is that what I'm missing? Blossoming Sands. Oh no, that's not a desert. Sorry, I'm just Dang it. Hold on. All right, you're gonna be that stubborn. Desert. Which color was it? Oh, it was the color was red green. That's what I'm missing. Yeah. Yeah. Let me pull up the view screen for y'all. This is the one. Bristling Backwoods. This is the card that I'm looking for to get the 10th for my 10th desert. The Bristling Backwoods. I really love these deserts. Enter the battlefield, deal 1 damage to opponent. This is such an excellent card. Excellent set of cards for this deck, Rainbow deck. Given how I have a lot of weak creatures and I'm relying on only a few modification creatures like the Walking Skyscraper and a whole bunch of mounts, which really telegraphs it telegraphs a lot of my my moves. You know what I'm saying? It telegraphs my whole entire gameplay, which is not good. But yeah, this is officially a mount deck now. I don't call it modification anymore. Now it's called a mount deck, because that's the whole entire focus now, and that's why I'm trying to get more mounts. Now I'm reducing the number of modification creatures, equipment creatures, and licits, so that way I could get more mounts. So that way I can draw more mounts and play more mounts. So it's kind of getting a little saddening because I do like the lizards and the equipment creatures and some of the modification creatures, and I want to try and keep them in there. But the problem is that I end up with 40 cards. The number of creatures overall total 40, and that's not exactly that's a bit too much. So I got to keep it at 36. So sacrifices are being made. For that to happen. So this is where this comes in. I'm gonna try one more time to see if I can get these, because finding them out in the wild right now, Thunder Junction, there's only one store that actually has Thunder Junction singles, and they don't even have a lot. It was a miracle that I was able to find the number of mounts that I did from them. But they didn't even have the Bristling Backwoods. The lands are very difficult to come by. This is a pretty solid set that came out. So basically, yeah, and those are my thoughts on Thunder Junction. It's a pretty solid set. Very, some nice new inventive mechanics came out of it, and deserts are still gonna do the whole spiel. But yeah, with these 9 packs, I'm just hoping to see if I can get some of the mounts I'm looking for in the Bristling Backwoods, because it's a common, and I fear that I might end up getting another Quill Porcupine, because I've been getting too many of those. All right, so let's sit this here. Oh, let me just peel this off. You don't need to see this piece of information. Here we go. Although you probably might have seen that piece of information. I have a weird feeling this thing's gonna be in your face. That's gonna be hilarious. Here it is. And Gloria is 60 frames per second. The crotch of Thunder Junction. Let's crack this open here. Here we go. We'll go on this side. Here we go. And bam! Listen to that. That was a nice little thing, huh? Let's see what comes in on this bundle here. All right. There's supposed to be some cool stuff going on. Oh, wait, what's this here? There we go. Oh, that's it. It's all empty in here. Total emptiness. This is actually pretty cool what they did here. Set that to the back. And we got this little poster of the crotch laws of Thunder Junction. Loot. Yeah. Yeah, you're seeing it right. Right up in the list. I do have Loot the Key to Everything. I got them out of a pack. The pre-release pack, actually, my first pre-release pack. It was pretty freaking awesome, man. You know what I'm saying? I bought the pre-release box, pre-release weekend, and I got him out of the pack. And I threw him right into my beast deck and turned it into something big. And I can assure you, my pod was pretty impressed. My pod was pretty impressed with what I did. For those of you who might not know, Loot the Key to Everything replaced Kahira, who replaced Silvo's Rogue Elemental for my beast deck. So now my beast deck is no longer mono green; it is now green, blue, red, and I got all the components that I needed, and to not only deal with my original game plan, but also to deal with Loot's ability, which could pretty much destroy my deck if I don't play it correctly. So yeah, my beast deck is pretty awesome now. So look at this box here. This is actually pretty cool. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the sides here. I'm sorry. It's like this. Here's Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This is a whole big magic train here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you know. Here we go. Yeah, I'll make it a little easier for all of you. Just like that. Look at that. It's a pretty cool thing. I like the little diagonalness of the whole thing. And here's the poster for Outlaws, and here's Loot, the key to everything. It definitely was the key to all of my beast deck. So that's how I would contain my cards. And look at this. Look how nicely elaborate this inside is. Alright. And okay. Here we go. I don't know if you can see in there. There's the die, and there's the packs. Some interesting stuff is in there, just like that. There we go. And it looks like I could pull this out. Oh, okay. I could pull this out. This is very interesting. Oh, I see. These are the tokens. Gotcha. These are all the tokens here. All the tokens. I definitely saved the tokens. They're very useful. These +1/+1 counters, and look at this. Even the counters for effects and such. I like them. Definitely gonna peel those off. I don't have to do that for the stream. And these must be the lands. And here are all the packs. There we go. And here's the die. This is the rest of the box for storage. I don't know why I'm showing you. It's just there. Here's the life die. There we go. This is a pretty with Thunder Junction on it. So this is a card holder, which is cool because I've been in need of some way of holding cards. Not much, but it's something. It's pretty nice. I'll put that right over here. I know it's gonna hide behind that, but that's all right. Let's move the die over here. Okay, we'll put that up there. It's a lovely die, very lovely die, and we got all these packs. We got all these packs to open up. I hope you all are ready. But first, we're gonna check out these ones here. Here we go. These little specialized packs that they decided to put in here. There we go. Let's see here. So these are the special artwork for Outlaws here. It's very nice how they show, make them look like, the symbols, make it part of the environment. So we got the plains, and we got the island, which is hidden right here. Although it's not much of an island, quite honestly. It seems more like a waterfall. Then the swamp has the skull symbol on there, embedded in. And then here's the flame for the fire symbol, sitting in the desert rocks. And the force symbol is very well hidden, actually. Very clever. It's right here. You can see the shape of the stem and starts making its way around. Very interesting approach on that one. For the forest. And I like that the forest is all cactus. That's pretty cool. Very thematic. That's a very nice thematic approach to the whole thing. And of course, here are the regular artwork, the plains. We get two of each. Oh, cool! We get two of each one. I like that. Of what Thunder Junction would look like. The towns and then the outback. I'm not sure where these locations are at, but it is showing the train. I noticed that this train is that's being depicted here. It's going through these places, and here's more towns, and then here's the train. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure what's up with the train though. You know what I mean? I'm not exactly following the lore. All I know is that the villains are all the villains gathered there to do villain stuff. That's pretty much it. How to cast spells. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. This actually shows you how to cast spells. That's really cool for beginners. Those who pick up this bundle box and playing for the first time. Yeah, and what's on the other side here? And it shows you how to block and attack. That's real nice. In addition to your turn phase and how you do the turn phase, and what's popular. But yeah, that's pretty cool. They give you a little bit more on how to attack. That's pretty good. That's a nice little thing that they put there. Let's sit that right up here. Let's open up the next. Hey, Illman, welcome to the show. You want to return to Magic someday? Yeah, Magic. Yeah. Yeah. If depends on what format you're looking for, because Commander's the big one. That's what got me back into Magic after 13-year absence. Commander. I get to play the cards that I never got to play. So in that in this one here, I got another copy of Key to the Vault because I already have Key to the Vault. This is a pretty interesting equipment card. I just want to note this out. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Equip 2/1. That's not bad. The Key to the Vault. That's not a bad card. Is Commander better than regular? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's better. It's better because every single card imaginable is viable. Every card that is legal in Commander, which is pretty much everything aside from a very 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 short list of cards that are outright banned. Can be used, and you could really come up with all kinds of different decks. And some older cards, very very older cards that were not viable in that day, and the days are actually pretty viable in Commander. Like the lists are very Is that like the cool version, budget friendly of Magic? Yes. If you already have cards, if you already have cards, from yeah, you can play them in your commander deck. A lot of my cards going all the way back to fifth edition. That go back to fifth edition, Weatherlight, the early Kamigawa sets. They've all got put into these commander decks that you see above here. Like my Lycids, my banding creatures. Uh, I'm gonna probably make a spike deck and put my spikes to use. Um, yeah, so a lot of old cards that I have that would not be playable with these current formats um, can be played in Commander, and that's what I like about Commander. Because now I feel like I didn't waste money. But I do warn you. It's very, very addicting, and you will find yourself spending money, 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 money. So be ready. You gotta be ready for that. Because if Commander really clicks with you, you're gonna want to spend money on it, and it's crazy. All the singles that I had to go and buy. 13 years of Magic. That is insane. Catching up to 13 years of Magic. You played Mindbug? Ooh, Richard Garfield. Is that a new game from Richard Garfield? Mindbug? These are all foils. These are all foils here. This is pretty cool. I got the foil versions here of these lands, and not bad. Oh, it's not that new. How old is it? Because I never heard of that. It's newer than Magic the Gathering though. Gotcha. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. It's his most recent game, but it's his most recent game, basically. There we go. Let's put these packs here. Mm, all right. Let's crack these Thunder Junction packs open. Oh man, let's see if I can get some more mounts and get that bristling backwoods I've been looking for. So yeah, it's not too. It's a simple battlefield creatures game. Ooh, well I'm gonna have to look that up later down the line. Um, So if you like lore, if you like Magic the Gathering lore, right now it sucks. Terrible. There's some terrible writing coming out of the story lore of Magic the Gathering. Interesting stuff, but but the execution is just very poor right now. But in terms of the cards themselves, they're pretty good. Um, for many of these sets, the next set that's coming out um, this year is Bloomborough. Um, let's see here. Let me pull this up because they got some previews for Bloomborough. Yep, this is a Wild West based story. One of the new type of cards that the new type of creatures that they created. Here, let me show you. Is called mounts. These are mount creatures. Um, Bounding Felidar, Ornery Tumblewag, Calamity Galloping Inferno, and basically what they do is they have this new effect, this new effect called Saddle. For example, Bounding Felidar says Saddle 2. So if I have a creature with 2 power or more, um, it will saddle the Bounding Felidar. And when you do that, it triggers. You now have access to this effect where it says whenever Bounding Felidar attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control, and you gain life for each of those creatures. So, so like the Wild West, it's you got all these crazy steeds. You can see the saddle on Ornery Tumblewag. Is the horse mount, the Calamity Galloping Inferno. You can ride a giant beaver. You can ride this cat beast called the trained Arynx. And I'm looking for more of these because there's 17 of them. And I'm trying to get some more for my mount deck basically. You've also played a game called Epic long ago, which is similar to Mindbug, but I do like Mindbug much better. I gotta look up this Mindbug. Let's see here. Let me see if I could pull up Bloomburrow. They got this whole preview list here in Scryfall for Bloomburrow. Here we go. Yeah, that's supposed to be the next set. Basically it's been here we go. Basically, it's furry magic. There's no humans in this entire set in Bloomburrow. Everybody's an anthropomorphic creature. Well, not really an anthropomorphic creature. They're think of like Bugs Bunny and Looney Tune. Well, no, they're anthropomorphic. No, think The Secret of Nim. They're like that. The Secret of Nim. You know what I'm saying? They're full on creatures or like Animal Farm. They're just talking animals, basically. But this is more like a Secret of Nim kind of thing here. You know what I'm saying? With the fantasy and the fantastical. Like Bria the Riptide Rogue. It's an otter rogue. Who else? Then you got Birk, the long ear of the law, which is a rabbit soldier. So that's gonna be the next theme. And I believe this is the main character, Mabel, heir to the Crag Flame. She reminds me of Mrs. Brisby for some reason, the mouse soldier. I'm wondering if that's where they were going with her, because she gets a sword and such. But that's next in line. But yes, Thunder Junction is definitely the Wild West. According to the lore, basically all of the Magic, not all of them, I guess the majority of Magic's villains all gather in Thunder Junction. Yes, that Commander uses every single card imaginable except for this short list. Let me pull up the short list. let me just pull up the short list. Commander, Magic Commander, short list. Magic Commander, banned cards. There we go. All right, here we go. Here's the banned list. Let me pull up the banned list for you, so that way you'll know. What's banned is all cards that refer to the anti mechanic. So all the anti cards are all cards that Wizards has removed from construction formats. So whatever is not Wizard sanctioned is gone. You can't use it. All cards of the conspiracy card type cannot be used. And then you have just this small list here, as you can see. It's not a large list. It's most of them are the typical Power 9 cards, and a few other like Chaos Orb. You can't use Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So 45 cards are banned in addition to cards that Wizards removed permanently, the anti-cards and the conspiracy cards. So like I said, pretty much every single card that they printed outside of these 45 cards and these three specific type of cards that Wizards, X'd out, can be used. So if you notice, you can play Scheherazade. Oh no, you can't play Scheherazade. Sorry, you can't play Scheherazade. I didn't realize she was on there. Dang. No. Who was it? Who was a crazy enough card? Crap, I forgot. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could play a lot of the older cards. There we go. You can play the older cards. There we go. And you could play them all with the newer set. Um, every single card can interact very well with the older set. And many of the and the thing is that many of the cards from the older sets, like Sol Ring, have been reprinted numerous times and are easily accessible now. And of course, uh, their value dropped. The singles market on some of those cards dropped hard. So yeah, there you go. So if you happen to have a Sol Ring from the older sets, you can play them. Okay, so my first pack that cracked open, I got Silver Deputy, artifact creature. Here we go. Let me set that there like so. Silver Deputy. I already have this card. Then there's Sterling Supplier. I don't have this card. When he enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. So this is probably one of the cards that would benefit having Fortune Loyal Steed, because it has the end of the battlefield ability and gives +1/+1 counters when it returns. Explosive Derailment. I got that card. Voracious Varmint. That's a new creature type, Varmints. It has Vigilance, and if you tap one, sacrifice the Varmint, destroy target artifact or enchantment, which is pretty cool. That's a pretty good one. Then we got Nezumi Linkbreaker, Rat Warlock. I don't have this card. That's a new one. There's another new thing that a lot of Thunder Junction cards do. Is that they create 1/1 red mercenary creature tokens, and they all have the same effect. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn when you tap them. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Let's see. Yeah, every commander deck from an old set is compatible with the newer set. Just to make sure it's clear. So I'm not sure what the oldest commander precon is, but I do want to warn you though that older precon decks are extremely expensive. Current precon decks are going for around $50, but the older you get, the higher the cost. And one of the most highest that I've seen so far are the Sliver Commanders, and they're clocking it at over $100 to get a precon deck from them. So just a warning, if you're going for an older set, an older precon, they will set you back in triple digits. Hey, how you doing, Queen Bella? Welcome to the show. How you doing? Holy cow! How many more am I gonna get? Holy cow! Deadeye Duelist. I think I got this one. I know I don't have this one here. Lazav, Familiar Stranger. Legendary creature, Shapeshifter. Whenever you commit a crime, put a +1/+1 counter on Lazav, Familiar Stranger. Then you may exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, you may have Lazav become a copy of that card until end of turn. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's not bad. Now, this one is funny. I never knew that prairie dogs were squirrels, and they are indeed squirrels in real life. That's pretty hilarious. I got another Miriam. She's pretty good. I haven't decided if I wanted to throw her into my mount deck, but she does give whenever a mount or vehicle you control attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm still debating on it. It's still a pretty good card since it's all about mounts, and she gives modification on top of that. So it's something that I've been considering, and we'll figure out. This one really stinks though. This is a Scorpion Dragon, but it gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. So if you end up with 7 cards in your hand, if you do a heavy card draw, you're gonna lose your Stingerback Terror. Reanimate. Oh, this is one of them special arts. The newspaper, the headline one. Reanimate. Put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield. Onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to it. Ooh, I'm gonna have to put that in my vampire deck. I don't have this one. Slick Shot Lockpicker. I definitely don't have this one here. Human Rogue enters the battlefield, target instant, or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana. That's actually pretty good. Anytime you could get a flashback put onto get a flashback, it's very helpful. I got another forest card and promo. There we go. How's it been? It's been going good so far. Got a big weekend ahead, most definitely. How about you? How you been doing, Queen Bella? Let's open up the next pack. And let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, and these cool arts, just like in Kamigawa. It's pretty cool. I'll put that to the side here. All right. Another Sterling Supplier. Ankle Biter. Death Touch. 1/1 Death Touch Snake. It's pretty cool. Maybe one day I'll make a snake deck. Hey, that's great to hear, Queen Bella. I'm glad to hear you. You're doing good. Reckless Lackey, Goblin Pirate. First strike, haste. Draw a card and create a creature token for 2 mana red and a sacrifice of the Lackey. Okay. Oh, and he's a goblin? I've been looking for something for my goblin deck. Raven of Fell Omens, Bird. I have this card here. Whenever you commit a crime, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, cool! I got another frog beast. Oh, got another frog beast. Spring Splasher. Another gold pan. It's interesting. I mean, get +1/+1 for it, and when it enters, it creates a treasure token. I just don't know. Well, I mean, I get the 2 mana, and it's only 1. At least it gives you something. The +1/+1. It's something at least, but I don't know. There's better cards for that one. Sterling Keykeeper. Tap target non-mount creature for 2 mana and a tap. Tap that and you get to tap a creature. Longhorn Sharpshooter. I don't think I have this one. 2 mana red to cast here. Minotaur Rogue. Reach. When Longhorn Sharpshooter becomes plotted, it deals 2 damage to any target. So this is a new mechanical plot. 3 mana red. When you pay 3 mana red and exile this card from your hand, cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. Plot only as a sorcery. It's a very interesting mechanic because you can put it into exile and you can bring it back at any time during the game, but it's only at sorcery speed, which is very interesting. You can like stealth drop it on your opponent, say before a rainy day or something. Oh, this is new. Wrangler of the Damned, 3 mana, white and blue. Human Soldier, Flash. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, create a 2/2 white spirit creature token with flying 1/4 creature. Interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. Do you want a free creature by not casting spells, or do you want to cast your spells? Interesting. I don't have this card here. Treasure. 1 mana and a black. Human Rogue. 1 mana and tap the creature. Pay 1 life. Tap this creature. Pay 1 life. Create a treasure token. That's it. Not bad. Okay. If you're looking for that quick treasure, I mean, it really helps black a lot in terms of generating mana. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing. Pillage the Bog. I have this card, which lets you look at the top X cards of your library. Twice the number of lands you control. I got another Tornado. Destroy target creature with flying, cycling. Peerless Rope Master. I have this one. Another one like this. Oh my gosh! Here it is. I finally got it. Yes. Peerless Rope Master enters the battlefield. Return up to 1 target tapped creature to its owner's hand. It's okay. I don't know if it's worth all that cost, but here it is. I got my 10th desert, the Bristling Backwoods. Yes. Oh yes. Yes. Let's make this official, everybody. Let's make this official, just for the heck of it. Let me put the Backwoods. Oh man, I've been waiting. I've been wanting to. looking for that for so long. Let's see here. Now I have all 10 deserts. I have all 10 deserts. I've been using this one, the rugged highlands, as a substitute. Since it let me gain life at the very least. But now that I have the bristling backwoods, here we go. Here we go. One bristling backwoods into the deck. Ooh, I am so happy. Let's see, where I put the deserts at? Oh, here they are. Here they go. Here we go. There we go. So let me just lay this out now to show you that I officially have all 10. Here's the bristling backwoods that I finally got. The jagged barrens. The creosote heath. The forlorn flats. The lonely arroyo. The festering gulch. The lush oasis. The eroded canyon. The soured springs, and the abraded bluffs. I now have all 10 for my Kenrith deck. Let's see here. Alright, so now I got my desert cards, all 10 of them. I'm so glad. Ooh, I'm very glad. Alright, let's try out the next set of cards and see if I can get some of the cool mounts that I'm looking for. Here we go. No worries, Queen Bella, no worries. No need for apologies. Here we go. Alright, we got the Irascible Wolverine. Did I get this card? No, right? I think I got a different Wolverine. 2 mana and a red Wolverine. If Wolverine enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. Plot 2 mana and a red. 3/2 creature, huh? Okay. Okay, so, oh, okay. Interesting. Drover Grizzly. I got the Drover Grizzly already. Let me round up the mounts here. That's in my deck. Mount. Oh, did they get mixed up? Oops. That's amateurish of me. There we go. I think, here we are. Let's see. Yeah, I got the Drover Grizzly in my deck already. So, I can't remember. I can, so many mounts. It's crazy. There we go. Alright, so Rooftop Assassin, I already have that. Enter the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. That was overcomplicated. Drawbacks. Wanted Griffin. I do not have this card. Flying. When Griffin dies, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token. With tap the mercenary target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Let's see. Outlaws Fury. I think I have this one. Creature control get +2/+0 until end of turn. If you control an outlaw, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Outlaws is another bundled mechanic like historic and modification. Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks are outlaws. I'm surprised ninjas are not included in the thing, but I guess they they're not as common. Ambush Gigapede. I have this one already. Gigapede enters the battlefield. Target creature Gets -2/-2. I don't think I have Jolene. I think I do have Jolene. Jolene, 1 mana, red and green. The plundering pugilist is a human mercenary. Whenever you attack with one or more creatures with power 4 or greater, create a treasure token. 1 mana in the red, sacrifice a treasure, and Jolene deals 1 damage to any target. Any target, not just a specific thing. Candy Crab, I have plenty of those. Candy Crab gets +2/-2 until end of turn. Don't make sure you don't kill it. Now this is new. Ooh, a new vehicle. I got a new vehicle here. Mobile Homestead. When Mobile Homestead has haste as long as you control a mount. Oh, I am throwing this into my mount deck then. Whenever Mobile Homestead attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield, tap, crew 2. That is going into the deck. Most definitely. That is going into Kenrith. I got mounts. That's a cool thing. It's going to do some cool stuff. Demonic Ruckus. I do not have this card. Enchantment or 1 mana and a red. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has menace and trample. When Ruckus is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Okay. Plot 1 red. Okay. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Actually, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. The plot only costs 1, and it's only a 1 mana and a red to cast, and you get +1/+1 along with menace and trample. And you get to draw a card when it's put into the graveyard. That is very, very strong for a 2 mana cost card. What's this here? Gired, Mirror of the Wilds. I think I have this on. Oh, it's a mythic rare. This is a mythic rare. I might not have this. I probably might not have this. Red, green, and white. To cast, Human Shaman. Haste, non-token creatures you control have tap. Create a token that's a copy of target token you control that entered the battlefield this turn. I think I probably have it and not realize it. Here's another headline. Tyrant's Scorn. I do not have this. Blue and the black to cast. Choose 1. Destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less. Return target creature to its owner's hand. You can pick one or the other. Back for more. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty gruesome. Look at how big this is. 4 mana, black and a green. Instant. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When you do, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Alright. That's actually a pretty good card. And here's another land, and here's another piece of art. Another piece of art there. Okay. Alright. Next pack. Next pack from the bundle. From the bundle set. So far I'm getting some interesting cards that I could put into Kenrith, and I've so far got my desert that I was looking for, my 10th desert. I'm so happy. I have all 10 deserts for my Kenrith deck. My mounts are going to enjoy this, but now I need mounts. I need mounts that I don't have. Oh gosh, I need mounts that I don't have. What we got here? This is the Heart Bristle Bandit. I don't think I have this one. 1 mana and a green. Plant Rogue. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Nice mana dork. Whenever you commit a crime, untap the bandit. This ability triggers only once each turn. And this is a common? This mana dork, this rainbow mana dork is a common. Wow. Wow, this is actually a pretty powerful card. Oh wow. Wow, that is pretty powerful. That's near Birds of Paradise level of power there. Probably a better Birds of Paradise, quite honestly. Vault Plunderer. When Vault Plunderer enters the battlefield, target player draws a card and loses 1 life. I think I have this card. Yeah, I do. It's a 2 mana and a black, 3/1 creature. Silver Deputy, already have that. Trained Arynx. I believe I have him already. Yeah, here he is. Trained Arynx. He's in the deck. Stop giving me copies. Give me someone new. Patient Naturalist. I do not have this character here. Patient Naturalist. 2 mana and a green. Human Scout. When naturalist enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Put a land card from among the milled cards into your hand. If you can't, create a treasure token. That's actually pretty good. It's a one-time effect, but it's pretty good. Unless you use the trained airings. No, if you use fortune, sorry, if you use fortune loyal steed, it'll always keep coming back to the battlefield. Um, Gene of Fool's Fall. I believe I have this card. 4 mana in a blue, Jin, flying, plot, 3 in a blue, 4/3 creature. Neutralize the guards. I think I have this one. No, I don't have this one. Creatures target opponent controls get -1/-1 until end of turn. Surveil 2 mana and a black instant. Nimble Brigand. I already have this card. Yeah, it can't be black if you've committed a crime this turn. I thought about putting it into my ninja deck, but for the unblockable, but it's got too many conditions. I rather get unblockable creatures that have no conditions, and there's plenty enough out there to be able to find them and get them. When he deals combat damage to player, draw a card. Makes sense. So, yeah, it's a synergetic thing. Servant of the Stinger. I have this one. Human Warlock. Death Touch. 1 mana and a black to cast. Whenever Servant of the Stinger deals combat damage to a player, if you've committed a crime this turn, you may sacrifice Servant of the Stinger. If you do, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Then there's Thunder Lasso, which I already have, and I put that in my Samurai Warriors deck. Ryu is my commander, and it's all about tapping. And this lasso fits beautifully. It's slotted in so nicely because equipment is regular equipment. I do have some equipment creatures in my Ryu deck, but cards like Thunder Lasso are the big ones here. Duelist of Mind. I already have this card. Yeah, I do have this card. This is featuring the world champion Nathan Stewart face on it. 1 mana in a blue, Human Advisor, Flying Vigilance. Duelist of the Mind's power is equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Whenever you commit a crime, you may draw a card. If you do discard a card, this ability triggers only once each turn. Let's see here. This one is Fierce Retribution. I don't have this card. 1 mana and a white. This is an interesting art. My man's got a fiddle. Cleave, 5 mana and 1. You may cast a spell for its cleave cost. If you do, remove the words in a square brackets. Oh, that's weird. What a weird effect. Destroy target attacking creature. Okay, but if you pay the cleave cost, then it just says destroy target creature. And that's, let's see, 5 mana and a white. So that's 6 mana and 2 white. That's 8 mana. Not worth it. Not even as an instant. 8 mana is not worth it. There are better cards that can destroy or bounce creatures out or exile. Stick to Path to Exile or Stores to Plowshare. It's cheaper. It gets rid of them. It gets rid of cards. Don't. That's a Fierce Retribution is a waste. That's a total waste. Let's see here. Okay, another Irascible Wolverine. Another desert. I got all I got all 10 of the dual land deserts. Creosote Heath. Oh, another sheep token. I need that. I need that sheep token. I need that sheep token for my Kenrith deck because my mount can make sheep. So that's cool. I got another token to work with. Next pack. Okay. That's the next pack. Okay, I already have this one, the Cactarantula. I'm loving. I love that there's that these plant creatures that are all cactuses. I might have to consider. I'll have to consider maybe putting them into a deck and build a commander with them. I was thinking because I have Felix 2 feet. 5 feet, Felix 5 feet, along with the Mimeoplasm. So I was thinking of doing a ooze deck, but I think I'm gonna not make it tribal focus ooze deck. I'm probably just gonna see whenever Cactarantula becomes the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Um, Felix can actually double that, can actually duplicate that. So I'm thinking of making a deck around that. Crazy triggers. Felix 5 boots. If a creature you control dealing combat damage to a player causes a triggered ability. Oh, right. It's a creature. If a creature I control triggers a causes a triggered ability, I control the trigger. But that's not the point. The point is that I want to do like that. You know what I mean? Make it a very aggro deck, so that I can attack and trigger effects. Um, this spell costs one less to cast if you control a desert. Hmm, that's actually not bad. It's a 6/5 creature with reach, of course. All spiders got reach. They'll always have reach. They've had reach since the beginning of time. Mourner's Surprise. I do not have this card. 1 mana and a green, black. Sorcery. Return up to one target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. That's not bad. Again, this is not bad. It's only 2 mana, 2 converted mana, 1 mana and a black. That's 2 mana you need. And you get to return a creature card to your hand from the graveyard, and you get to create a creature on top of that. That's insane. That's insane. Um, oh, this is a new one for me. I never had these types before. Scarecrow. This is the first time I got a scarecrow type, and I know about the scarecrows. When Oasis Gardener, 3 mana, artifact creature scarecrow. When Oasis Gardener enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Add 1 mana of any color. Ooh, a mana rock. Oh, now this makes it interesting. If I add this because it's a mana, because it's a rainbow rock. If I add this to my counter deck and get fortune, now I have something even more valuable because I can mount it. Because I could always mount the card. If I want to gain 2 life, I can always mount it, exile it with fortune. When it comes back, I can gain 2 life. It gives me good flexible options here. Let me consider this. I'll put that there for consideration. Jailbreak Scheme. I do not have this card. One blue. Sorcery Spree. This is a new type of effect here called Spree. New keyword mechanic. It says choose one or more additional clause. So basically, you pay blue, and you'll see if you can see all the way on the top right, there's a plus sign there, in that little black corner there. It's very hard to see. Even I have a hard time seeing it. But basically, what it is that you pay blue, so now the card comes out. The spree activates. So if you pay 3 mana, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. It can't be blocked this turn. Um, or if I pay 2 mana, uh, I get to target artifact or creature's owner. Target artifact or creature's owner puts it on the top of or bottom of their library. Or if I pay for all 5, I get both effects. Basically, I'll get both effects. So I could get one. I could get one of the two, or I could get both. So it costs 6 mana to get all of that. If I want the whole thing. Armored Armadillo. I already have this. I got both Armadillos. There's only 2 Armadillos in Magic, and this is one of them. I got the other one, the green one. Interesting. I wish they would have made more Armadillos though. I would have liked to have seen more Armadillos. Maybe Bloomborough will offer up Armadillos. Yeah, we got Rodeo Pyromancers. I don't have this guy. 3 mana and a red, Human Mercenary. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, add 2 red, 3/4 power toughness 3/4. Wow. I'll have to consider this for my well, it's a mercenary type. Maybe if I'm making a mercenary deck. But I'll have to consider that for my goblin deck because it's mono red. Although I'm trying to go full tribal on that. We'll see. At knife point. I think I have this one. 1 mana, black, red. As long as it's your turn, outlaws you control have first strike. Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks are outlaws. Whenever you commit a crime, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. This ability triggers only once each turn. Yeah, and committing crime is basically targeting your opponent with target spells, target effects. Which means that if you were to play a desert, the desert will commit the crime for you. Lassoed by the Law. I don't have this card. 3 mana and a white enchantment. When Lassoed by the Law enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Lassoed by the Law leaves the battlefield. When Lassoed by the Law enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red mercenary creature token with tap. Yeah, creates a mercenary token. I have the Rambling Possum. It's in there. Did I put it in there? Hold on. Did I put Rambling Possum in the... Yes, I did. Okay. I did put Rambling Possum in there. Okay. Kambal. Profiteering Mayor. This is definitely a new one. Rare card. Legendary creature, Human Advisor. One mana, white and black. Human Advisor. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your opponent's control, for each of them, create a tapped token that's a copy of it. This ability triggers only once per turn. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Wow, okay. Let's see. One or more tokens enters the battlefield under your opponent's control. For each of them, create a tapped token that's a copy of it. Do I get that? I'll have to find out. I got a land here. Oh, and this is from the big score, according to the symbol, red symbol here. Tarnation Vista. Enter land. Vista enters the battlefield tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. For 1 mana and a tap, for each color among monocolored permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. That's actually pretty good. Wow, okay. Just Sol Ring that and you get yourself a whole bunch of colors. This is great for a rainbow deck. I don't know if I want to put in Kenrith. Maybe I might consider this for Sisei, since mana is going to be a whole big thing. I got Thornado again. Consuming Ashes. I don't think I've ever seen this card. No, I do not have this card. 2 mana, 2 black. Instant. Exile target creature. If it had mana value 3 or less, avail 2. This is actually pretty good. This is pretty good for 4 mana. That's a good creature, and it's an instant. That's a very excellent card. It's an instant. Eroded Canyon. I already have that. Human Rogue. Token creature. When this creature enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to any target creature. Wow, that's crazy. 1/2 creature with haste. All right. Let me put the token to the side here. All right, next pack. So far I haven't gotten any mounts that I'm looking for. All right, I have Explosive Derailment. I have the Voracious Varmint. Nezumi Line Breaker. I have that. Seize the Secrets. I don't have this card. This is new. 2 mana and a blue. Sorcery. This spell costs 1 mana less to cast if you've committed a crime this turn. Targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard is a crime. So those are the 3 targets that can cause a crime, and I get 2 cards. So for if I commit a crime, this will cost 1 less. So for 1 mana and a blue, I could draw 2 cards. That's actually not bad. Because committing a crime is very easy right now in Magic the Gathering because you're targeting so much. There's so many targeting. Sterling Supplier, I have this already. Holy cow! Why do I keep getting these guys? Deadeye Duelist, I have that. Ruthless Lawbringer, I don't have this one. Is this good for my vampire deck? For Amalia? 1 mana, white and black. Vampire Assassin. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice another creature. You may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. Ooh, it's not bad. It's a good creature. Good way to take out a creature. Although, let's see here. Unfortunate accident. I definitely don't have that. The old tie on the railroad tracks thing. 1 black to cast instant spree. For if you add 2 mana in the black, you can destroy target creature. Add 1 mana, and you create a 1 red mercenary creature token. Very interesting because paying 4 mana to destroy target creature. I think that's the price of murder. No, that's one. That's 1 mana more to cast than murder. Um, but you do get a free creature. But you do get a creature for 2 mana. So it kind of puts you in a interesting. I don't know, but it is an instant, so it's not bad. Um, Shackle Slinger, Human Soldier. Whenever you cast your second spell, each turn, choose target creature an opponent controls. If it's tapped, put a stun counter on it. Otherwise, tap it. Okay, so you get to stun your opponent. You can stun your opponent. It's a 3/2 creature. Happens when you cast a second spell. That's interesting. Oh, a rare card here. Rare land. I don't have this one. Concealed Courtyard. And enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Tap, add white and green. Oh, it's one of those type of lands, huh? And they're all rare. Interesting. Um, those quick lands. Let's see here. Vanishing Verse. I don't have this card. 1 white and 1 black. Exile target non monocolored permanent. Exile target monocolored permanent. Huh. Interesting. So it can't be a gold creature. That being said, commanders can't be taken out. Outlaw Stitcher. I already have this guy here, but this is what he does. 3 mana in a blue, human warlock. When Outlaw Stitcher enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature token. Then put 2+1/+1 counters on that token for each spell you've cast this turn, other than the first. Plot 4 mana in a blue. So this is actually a crazy card because if you plot this, wow, you could when you're ready to okay, that's actually pretty good for a zombie deck. If you wanna get those boost up your zombies, you can hold off until you can get enough spell cast to pull that to pull off multiple +1/+1 counters. That's crazy. +1/+1 counters. Ooh. Another desert, which I've already got now. Alt 10, and here's our artwork. Mm. Gisa the Hellraiser. um, 3 more to go. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. All right. Outlaws Fury. I already have that. Outlaws Fury. Drover Grizzly. Yeah. I already got that mount. Mourner's Surprise. Got that. Steer Clear. I already have this. It's 1 white instant. Steer Clear deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creatures. Steer Clear deals 4 damage to that creature instead of you if you control the mount as you cast this spell. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's an instant. I mean, if you're doing a shock deck, saying you're like shocking everybody to bits, and it's red and white, there's your card there. If you're using mounts, quick draw. Did I cover this card? 1 red. Target instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of turn. Creatures target opponent controls lose first strike and double strike until end of turn. So you can actually very thematic. You could take out could really take out your opponent on that one. I already have this one, the Strix, Harry Strix. It's a bird, 1 blue. Yeah, that's it. 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, taps target permanent. You could draw a card, then discard a card. It's not too bad, but yeah, I already have that one. Same with Sterling Hound. I already have this card. Um, 3 mana, artifact creature dog. To go with that cat, the chrome cat. Sterling Hound enters the battlefield, surveil 2/3/2 creature. That's it. Um, you know what I'm saying? If you're playing a dog deck, there you go. You got a dog to work with. Another Outlaw Stitcher. Make your own luck. I don't have this guy. Or do I have it? I probably do and don't remember it. 3 mana, green and blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. If you do, it becomes plotted. Put the rest into your hand. This is a very tight card. You get to look at the 3 cards, and if you exile the non-land, it ends up becoming a plotted card, and the rest stay in your hand. They don't go back to the library or anywhere else. This is a very, very solid card for 5 mana. And you could be able to plot your card and bring it back from exile when you need it. Demonic Ruckus, I definitely don't have this one. 1 mana and a red enchantment arm. Oh no, I do have this. Yeah, I have this one. We already saw this one. Anti-Flash the Veteran. I do have this card. 3 mana, red, green, white, human rogue, legendary. Flash. When Annie enters the battlefield, if you cast it, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Whenever Annie becomes tapped, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn, which is pretty solid. She really gets you all the she really can get you the creatures you want, and you can play them those during that turn. Clear Shot. I definitely don't have this one. 2 mana and a green. Instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control, which is that's pretty solid. That's not bad. I already have Spring Slasher. This is foil. Eroded Canyon, another desert. I'm good on that one, and got another artwork here. Lazath, Familiar Stranger. Oh man, so my gosh, I haven't gotten any new mounts. It looks like the mobile homestead, which I'm definitely gonna put into my Kenrith deck, into my mount deck. Yeah, and my 10th desert. So after all that, it looks like that's all I'm getting. Highway Robbery. We already saw that. We already saw the Bristle, the Hard Bristle Bandit, Vault Plunderer. Saw that. Silver Deputy. We already saw that. Sterling Supplier. We already saw that. Ariet's Lullaby. I do have this card. It's a 1 mana white. It's a 1 white. 1 mana and a white sorcery. Destroy target tapped creature. You gain 2 life. This might be more beneficial for to put in my Ryu deck, my Samurai Warriors deck. Wrangler of the Damned. Yeah, we already saw this one. Aloe Alchemist. This is new. This is definitely a new one. All right, what do you do here? 1 mana and a green. Plant Warlock. Trample. When the Alchemist becomes plotted, target creature gets +3/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Plot 1 for 1 mana and a green. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Like a pseudo giant growth with trample. Okay. Definitely don't have this one here. What's this here? Map the Frontiers. 3 mana and a green. Sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or desert cards. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap. Then shuffle. I should definitely put this in my Kenrith deck so I could get the lands out. They come into the battlefield tap. So it's Kodama's Reach, but with deserts. It can help with the deserts. Ooh, a new spirit creature. Dust Animus. 1 mana and a white. Spirit. Flying. If you control 5 or more untapped lands, Dust Animus enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters and a lifelink counter on it. Plot 1 mana and a white. Not bad. Not bad. I'm still debating if I want to do Spirit Focus deck. And this might be able to help with because Sisei is going to be the commander. Oltec Matter Weaver. I do have this card. He's a human artificer. 2 mana and a white. Whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one. Create a 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature token, or create a token that's a copy of target artifact target artifact you control. I could. I could. I don't know if I want to put that in my Kenrith deck, but um, I would definitely put this actually in my Coterie deck since I'm playing Artificers. Did I already put that in Coterie? Because I think I have a copy. Maybe not. No, I don't remember. Um, well, I'll check and see with my Coterie deck because this is definitely going to go in there. Being able to create multiple vehicles, multiple token vehicles is good. That'll help my Coterie deck. Abrupt Decay. I do not have this card. One black, one green. Is a green and a black to cast. Instant. This spell can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent mana value of 3 or less. Okay. And I got Foil Thunder Lasso, another one. Another Desert. Lonely Arroyo, and a Treasure Token. Oh man, this is so heartbreaking. I do have a couple of cards that might help my other decks, but for Kenrith, I was looking for those mounts, man. And all I got were the same ones that I already have, the commons. I am so heartbroken. I'm so heartbroken. This is it, the last deck, deck number 9. Alright, Explosive Derailment, Sterling Supplier, Voracious Varmint, Nezumi Link Breaker, Seize the Secrets, Ariet's Lullaby, Skullduggery. This is new. 1 black, instant. Until end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1. Target creature the opponent controls gets -1/-1. Very simple, straightforward. That's fine. I already have the Gila Courser. Dang it, it's already in my deck. Dang it. Shoot the Sheriff. That I did not shoot the deputy. 1 mana in a black instant. Target destroy target non-outlaw creature. Okay, so assassin. So it's what it's saying is this is so funny. Destroy target non-outlaw creature. Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks are outlaws. Everyone else is fair game. What a saying. Oh my gosh, that is funny. That's funny. That's funny. Ooh, what's this one? Rise of the Varmints. Rise of the Varmints. It says 3 mana and a green. So this is the squirrels of Outlaw Junction, of Thunder Junction. Sorcery, create X 2/1 green varmint creature tokens where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Plot 2 mana and a green. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I got another Bruce Tarl. I already have Bruce Tarl. Man, 2 mana, red and a white. Legendary creature, human warrior. Oxen you control have double strike. I did throw him in my warriors deck, in my samurai warriors deck, but I found much more stronger, better warrior cards. But the reason why I like the idea is because when he enters the battlefield or attacks, I exile the top card of my library, and if it's a land card, I create a 2/2 white oxen creature. Otherwise, I could cast it until the end of my next turn, which is not bad, honestly. I might want to consider putting him back in there. Into my Samurai Warriors deck. Murder. This is what I was talking about. 1 mana and 2 black. Murder. Destroy target creature. Way cheaper than that other destroy creature card. I don't think I have this one here. This is Daring Thunder Thief. Nope, I don't have this. Turtle Rogue. 3 mana and a blue. Flash. Daring Thunder Thief. Enters the battlefield tapped. 4/4. Oh, because it's got the flash. That makes sense. That makes sense. Braided Bluffs, I have all the deserts, and we get the token artifact map. Wow, that stinks. That stinks. All I got was the missing desert that I was looking for, which was great, but I didn't get the other mounts that I was looking for, the uncommons and the rare ones. Ugh, man, that sucks royally. That sucks royally. Man, you would think that I would have gotten at least one out of that. At least one of them. This is actually pretty. This is actually a pretty cool one. Mobile Homestead. I'm definitely throwing this into my mount deck. I definitely want that in there. It's pretty. This is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely like this. It's a great land fetch. Let me get that land card. Comes in haste. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That'll definitely go in there. I'll have to think about the scarecrow. I'll have to think about that. It really hinges on whether I get that one card or not. Well, here we go. So there it is. There's all the that's all of the cards that came in that came in this bundle set of Thunder Junction. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to resume the hunt for the rest of the mounts um, for my Kenrith deck. Alright, there we go. Oh man, I can't believe I got the same mounts. Oh, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game, everybody. Uh, there we go. So eventually I'll find these. Eventually, I'll get them. Eventually I'll get them. Get the rest. I know I'll get the rest. That's the thing. It's just primarily commons and uncommons at this point. Uncommons and rares at this point. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be tough to get the remaining ones. So there we go. So that was the bundle unboxing. Pretty cool. Really like that I got more tokens. I'm very happy I got more tokens. But I got some nice cards. There's a couple of cards that might be able to fit in my other decks outside of Kenrith. But at least, like I said, at least I got my 10th desert of the dual land deserts. So yeah, at least I got something out of all this. Man, I would have liked the Caustic Bronco. All right. So be sure to comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know what you want to. And head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find it in the link down in the description below, along with other links to other merch like pins and stickers, T-shirts, and music. And if you wanna hang out with me during live streams, you can head on over to my Twitch or Kick channel for my live multi streams, Monday through Thursdays, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you all for joining me until the next tabletop session. I wish you all a good night, a buenas noches, and oisu minasai.